Hi, this is a video review of the Nokia C6 from Phone Arena. The phone is placed in the middle between 5800 Express Music, which looks exactly the same in the front, and that's a physical keyboard similar to the N97 and N97 Mini. And since it's a series device, it's supposed to be the middle ground between those two, and to have a price to match. In the front, the screen looks exactly like the one on the 5800 and the N97 Mini, because it's the same screen, 3.2 inch resistive touchscreen with 320 by 640 pixels of resolution, and it has the same key layout like on the Nokia 5800. It's quite thick, very thick. It's even thicker than N97. And it's of course thicker than the N97 Mini and the 5800, which is just a touch screen. It has a 5 megapixel camera with flash, but it's not crowd size lens, so that's how it differs from the N97, which is supposed to be the current flagship of Nokia. It has this micro SD slot here on the left side for the 2 GB micro SD card that comes prepackaged with the phone, because it doesn't have any internal memory like the N97, for example. And on the right hand side is the slider for unlocking the screen and the volume rocker, as well as the camera button here down on the right. On the top there is the standard audio jack and the micro USB port. The Nokia C6 is run by the Symbian S60 version 5 series, the Nokia mobile operating system for touchscreen phones, so it doesn't look any different than the other touchscreen handsets of the manufacturer. But what's the real added value here, of course, is the physical keyboard, the way it operates. So let's review it, let's type a little bit and see how it feels. The screen doesn't tilt in the Nokia C6 the way it does with Nokia N97 and N97 Mini. And also these two handsets have 3 rows of keys. This one has 4. Plus it adds the D-pad we find in the Nokia N97, which is larger though. So everything feels cramped, to be honest. And this screen half here is too close to the first row, so your thumbs will be struggling for space here. But let's see how typing on the Nokia 97 feels like. Let's try to type a quick message. It's actually fairly comfortable to type, because the keys are convex and there's a nice click to them. Unfortunately, since it's 4 rows of keys and a lot of the space is occupied by the D-pad, everything feels pretty cramped, and we can definitely say that we've tried much better keyboards than the one on the Nokia C6, but it does speed things up compared to a numpad, let's say, but a good on-screen QWERTY keyboard would basically do the same job. The interface of the Nokia C6 looks exactly the same like on all Nokia touchscreen devices lately, especially with the latest firmware. Symbian S60 version 5 looks exactly the same on all of them. Screen with 5 widgets on it, which you can rearrange or edit any way you like. Shortcut launchers, favorite contacts, email, and Facebook, Twitter, MySpace status updates right on the home screen. You can get rid of the widgets with a swipe of the finger. Thankfully, Nokia uses for the C6 the Nokia white theme, which is much more eye-pleasing than the gloomy dark theme we're used to in the other touchscreen devices they used to ship with. Contacts, if you have set up an OV profile, you can populate it with your OV contacts. That's the calendar. Basically no difference than the other touchscreen devices. The only exception is the use theme, which makes things much more eye-pleasing, as we said. What should be interesting to see here is how the browser behaves. For example, it has kinetic scrolling, of course, but since the CPU and the memory are exactly the same like the ones on all Nokia touchscreen phones, 434 megahertz processor. The scrolling is not very fast, but if you're used to the other touchscreen devices from Nokia, it is a very similar experience. Double tap to zoom works fairly smooth, so no surprises in the browser. It's the same WebKit based browser and on the other Symbian S6 TV5 devices from Nokia. In the end, we would say the Nokia C6 might be a good device for you. It really depends on the price you can find it at. Currently, the start price is similar to what you can find a Nokia N97 Mini for. And the N97 Mini has bigger internal memory and better design than the Nokia C6. You see how thick this device is. Nokia N97 Mini is slimmer with better design, and the keyboard is more comfortable because there are only 3 rows of keys, not 4 like here. There's no D-pad, so things don't feel cramped the way they do on the Nokia C6. And if you want a better keyboard on a Symbian device, you probably are better off with the Sony Ericsson Vivus Pro, which has an excellent keyboard, physical keyboard, but unfortunately it's more expensive and it doesn't have OVI maps pre-installed. If you need OVI maps, C6 is fine, but you can install it on the Nokia N97 Mini as well, so it really depends on the price you can find it at, because it has absolutely the same specs, same processor, same 3.2-inch resistive touchscreen that the Nokia N97 Mini has, and the same operating system. So it's really up to you and up to the price you can find the Nokia C6 at. This was a video review of the Nokia C6 from Phone Arena. For more detailed review, you can visit us at phonearena.com.